always love hip-hop. Keep it flowing like a river, so I drip drop. Verses and bars, we eating dinner with the stars. Excuse me while I float away, my brain is on Mars. Cause it's the Big Kids Podcast with Chris Williams. Sit back, relax, like your spliff, we in the building.
Yo, this is Chris Williams, and welcome back to the Big Kids Podcast. Now, today's episode is probably going to be the shortest episode that I've ever done, and I'm kind of ashamed to call it a episode for how short it's going to be. Got a couple things I'm going to touch on, but I'm in full work mode. I'm currently trying to get a kid a job at a restaurant across the street from him, thinking ahead. It's about to get cold out. People really aren't going to be trying to move around too much. There's a restaurant across the street. Get them over there. Get them washing some dishes, vacuuming, sweeping, taking out garbage. A couple hours a day. That's it. And so I think it should work out real good for him. So I'm kind of working on those things, figuring out bus routes and other opportunities in case that one doesn't work out. So I'm a bit busy. Got my Mazda finally fixed after a year and some change of it sitting there. So that's finally fixed. Feeling great about it. Feels fucking weird as hell driving that car after driving a Chevy Malibu for the past 15 months. So getting back in an SUV feels a little weird, but it feels good. So finishing up getting that right. I got to drive a certain amount of miles to make sure that everything is everything, and da-da-da-da-da, and so on and so forth. So yeah, that's going well. Working on getting the kid a job, that's going well so far. I think I have a workout partner. He said that he's willing to work out with me. We're going to go work out tomorrow. And, just try to establish some good habits, get my ass back in gear a little bit more. I have another kid that's ready to work out, and honestly, that's probably what it's going to be this winter. I'm not spending all winter trying to figure out what people want to do, and no, we're going to work on physical fitness, and if you want a job, we're going to get you a job, and that's going to be that. You're going to be at work, or we're going to be at Planet Fitness, or we're going to be eating healthier, and that's one thing that I'm so glad that this other kid got me on. Typically, you take these kids out, they want fast food. You get a little something too while you're out there with them. But this kid has been not about fast food at all. Or if it is fast food, it's like he wants to go to Subway. He doesn't want a burger, any fries, things like that. But he's been big on sushi and those types of things. So, kind of shifted the way that I've been eating lately. So that's good, especially with this younger kid coming up that wants to go to the gym. We're going to do that. We're going to have a good time this winter, and we're just going to make the most of it. Hopefully he gets this job. He's working 15-20 hours a week, staying busy, getting some money in his pocket, and then on the days that he has off, maybe go work out for an hour or two and bullshit and just grow up, mature, learn how to take responsibility for stuff, because even you could be a responsible 15-year-old, 16-year-old, 17-year-old, but the older you get, responsibility changes for you. It starts to take another form, and that's hopefully what we can accomplish here. And it'd just be good to have a job across the street, and if you're good at it, that's great. I'm sure you'll get a meal here and there. It's just a good situation. I'm looking forward to it. I'm very excited. It's been a very long time since I've gotten somebody a job through the program. So that's nice. The last couple years, it's been getting people jobs outside of the program because they're about to age out, so you might as well just get them a job that they're going to continue to have, whether they're in the program or not. So, pretty excited about this. It's been a while since I've had to establish some new, community partnerships and go out there into the community and talk to different small businesses and things like that. So, it feels good to knock off the rust and get back at it. So yeah, that's where we're at. That's what I'm working on. That's why I'm keeping this podcast kind of short, because today's pretty busy, but I don't want to fall off a schedule. I want to try to keep the schedule as solid as possible, especially since High Sports Podcast recording of the episode got moved from Wednesday to Friday. So, gotta be flexible, gotta be willing to work with things, and if I can keep other things on track, I might as well just keep them shits on track, man. I don't need things getting any more cluttered than they already are. Anytime I have a Monday off from work, Tuesday is always very heavy. Tuesday is always very heavy because you miss Monday. And especially days where I act like, because I could still work on Monday. I could still do all the million things that I need to do in a day on Monday. And I did do some of those things, but the other things I didn't do, and everything caught up to me. So I'm just chiseling away, because this Sunday, I would like to watch some football and not have any worries. Saturday will probably be a paperwork day because I really don't care about any of the fights this weekend that much, to the point where it needs my 100% focus. I could sit here on my laptop, do my paperwork while the fights are on in the background, but that's only if I take care of everything else I need to take care of the rest of Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So I got to work smart. I'm also putting out a Pokémon pack opening video this weekend. I'm thinking Sunday it'll be done. If not Sunday, Monday. So I also have to put in time working on that. I got fuzzies all over this mic. I need to store it somewhere else. I don't like this. So I gotta put in time with that. And I'm pretty excited about it. I have so many packs to share with you guys, and me going about it, you could tell I have no idea what I'm doing when I first start. I have zero idea what I'm doing when I first start, but the more packs that I open, the easier it's getting, the better the production's looking, and I still have a ways to go with the production, and it will come. Just like how the podcast slowly but surely came along, so will the videos of pack openings coming, because I'm quite frankly addicted to opening up packs of Pokemon cards. So I'm sure I've gotten a couple good ones. I did go onto this website, tcgcards.com, and I ordered a couple of the classic ones that were probably going to be almost impossible for me to get my hands on unless I did buy them. But a lot of them weren't even that expensive, and I didn't. And again, yes, it would be cool if I put together a $50,000 collection of Pokemon cards, but that's not why I'm doing this. I'm doing it because it's fun. I'm doing it because I like putting them in order and organizing and X, Y, and Z. And look at my Pokemon shelf right now. Very nerdish. I'm loving it. So yeah, I'm going to share that with you guys because it seems like a lot of people on YouTube enjoy watching pack openings, and maybe that'll bring a couple extra views, a couple extra subscribers to the page, which is never a terrible idea, and it's doing something that I thoroughly enjoy doing. So I feel pretty good about it, and but I do have to edit the videos, and I do think I need to start using my webcam and my microphone just for a quality, for the quality of the videos to be raised. I'm using my iPad. Why am I using my iPad when I have a specific webcam for this type of stuff and I have a microphone? I could tell you why. Being lazy as hell. This was just easier. But come to find out, it's really not any easier because iPads don't want to send videos that are a certain length long, and it's a whole goddamn mess when I could just literally pull out my webcam and plug in my microphone and have very good sound quality and way better picture quality. But again, being lazy. But this ain't nothing new. We do things, but we do things at random moments, and then it's in our system of how we do things, and then we carry on with it. I'm very much a systems person. I build little systems. To do this, I got to do that. To do that, I got to do this type of things. Build one on top of the other. Especially like even when I do the podcast now. Now when I do the podcast, I get the thumbnail together, I get the description together, and then I record, and that way all I got to do is copy paste. Before, I was writing out the description every single week, bare bones. No, now I have a template. You know, I have a order of how I do these things, and it makes it go way quicker than it ever has before. And that's honestly what has allowed me to do 2 podcasts. You know, because I already have a system for one. So, yeah, while High Sports is directly focused on sports and football in particular right now, I have a system together that allows me to edit the videos real quick. Allows me to not have to worry about writing a description, because you don't want to click on somebody's video or somebody's episode, their track, on a Spotify or SoundCloud or whatever, and there's like no description. You know, that doesn't really look too good. It doesn't really look too professional. So have all these things already pre-planned out before I go. So yeah, wait. Since this podcast is going to get released before High Sports, and Thursday's game is going to be before we actually get to record the newest episode, I'm going to put my picks on, mine and Duff's Thursday night pick on here right now, so nobody could say we made the pick after the fact. All right? Duff's going with the Bears. Commanders versus Bears. I'm going with the Commanders. All right, so I think that's pretty simple, pretty easy. It's said first right here on Wednesday, 10/12/2022. Duff's picking the Bears. I'm picking the Commanders for Thursday night football. I need to write that down somewhere. Nah, that one's not going to be hard to remember. The Bears are Duff's team. It's not going to be too difficult to remember that's who we picked. All right, anyway, moving on here. Speaking of sports, guys, I decided that I am going to follow NHL this year. I don't know how closely I'm going to follow them, but I'm going to follow the sport of hockey this year. Now, to make things a little easier on myself, I decided to pick a team. Right? Now, I did about 5 minutes of research into what team I wanted to pick. Now, based on names alone, I narrowed it down to the Canucks and the Kraken. Just based off of names alone. All right, so now I started doing a little research into each one of these teams. Come to find out that this is the Kraken's second season. They were an expansion team. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it, man. You know, we're going to start from the bottom. we going to start at the bottom. I don't want to hop on a good team, even though I don't know what a good NHL team is. I don't even know who won the Stanley Cup last year. None of that. So I'm going into this absolute bare bones. Bare bones I'm going into this season. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go all in. I bought a Kraken hat last night off of NHLshop.com. That should be in soon. It looks pretty fucking sweet in my opinion. I'm excited to get it. I'm excited to start the season tonight. I have no idea what any of the rules are. None of the rules. The only one I understand and kind of get, there's like an offsides thing like in lacrosse and soccer, I believe. You know, you can't get out in front of the puck type of rule. So I do know that one. Power plays, all that other shit, why they can fight, why they can't fight, those are things that I'm going to have to learn over the season. I'm talking to my dad about it earlier, and he's like, hockey? Do you even know any of the rules? I'm like, no. He's like, then how are you going to watch it? How anybody that's starting something new learns it? You got to watch it. You got to do it. You got to spend a little time searching the fucking World Wide Web, figuring out little bits of information that might help you understand it a little more. So that's what we're going to do this year. And honestly, even further on into the future, like even if I take a year off of hockey and I come back the following year a little stronger, my team has been picked. I'm not coming off that team. And I like it also because they play 10 o'clock games, which leads me to believe that these games aren't 4-hour affairs. You know, I have a real good feeling that this might be a 2-hour thing. Maybe 2.5 if it's running a little long. Because think about it, this isn't the first Seattle team. This isn't the first Seattle team to have a professional, or first Seattle professional team. There we go. Took me a little while to get that one out. So most of those other primetime, quote-unquote primetime games for the East Coast start at 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. If they're starting at 10, which to them is 7, these games aren't going that long. You know, they're not. There's no way in the world this is going from 10 o'clock till 2 a.m. You know, so about 10 p.m. is about the time I'm trying to start to wind down. You know, I typically don't have anything picked out to watch. So this might be a great time to add something that I can watch while I'm laying in bed at night. Even though that could also cause its own problems, and I got to figure this out as I go, because the whole reason I've never really watched hockey in the first place, I can't see the goddamn puck. So I don't know if laying down trying to follow the puck is going to work, but we're going to try, all right? The hat is ordered. We are going in. Feet first. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Pull ourselves up by our bootstraps. Expansion team. I don't know what the hell is going on. They don't know what the hell is going on. But they did have the number 2 pick last year and the number 4 pick this past year. So if these two hit, you know, we're good. We're going to be all right. I don't know how it works because they're both centers, which I'm assuming is kind of like the quarterback of the team, the captain, the impromptu captain of the team, the leader. So I don't know exactly what his job entails, but the past 2 picks were top 5 guys, and they're both centers. So I don't know how that works. Does one have to move positions like you like your NFL team, and you're drafting a fucking offensive tackle, but you already have an offensive tackle, so you're gonna move them to left guard? Is it like one of those things? I don't know. Gonna find out. We're gonna find out. I'm pretty excited. 10 o'clock tonight. They're playing the motherfucking Anaheim Mighty Ducks. How fucking perfect is this? First NHL game, knowingly going into and watching. Like, yes, of course, I've seen it at a passing. I've seen it flipping through channels and shit like that. But I have never sat down in 30 years of living and intentionally watched a hockey game. So, them playing the fucking Mighty Ducks, that's a sign. That's a sign. You know, now is the time. It is a correct time to watch my first hockey game willingly. Pick a team and stick to it. The thing is, they play every other night, so I'm going to kind of, because Tar Heels are coming up this year, and Tar Heels got priority. But good thing is I have multiple TVs, so I can have 2 games on at once. Also, Tar Heels games aren't usually at 10 p.m. They're usually at 7 or 8 p.m., and they're 2 hours long. So we might just be going from Tar Heels games to Kraken games. And I'm looking forward to it because this is also going to give me and Duff something else to talk about on the podcast. On our other podcast, High Sports. Link in the description. It's also going to give us something else to talk about. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about, and I think that is why I'm so excited about this. Like, there's no way in the world I can overanalyze anything but what I presume to be effort, because I don't even know what effort looks like on ice. You know, I don't know if he's just coasting, he's being lazy, versus he's busting his ass out there. So again, going into this absolutely brand new, 30 years old, 3 decades on this planet, never watched it, never even thought about watching it. But I really don't like NBA, you know? I don't. I think basketball players are typically, I don't want to call them soft, because they're not, but they're on the softer side of things. You know, they're just on the softer side of things. So that's why every time you get a notification from Bleacher Report or ESPN about how an NBA fight broke out and it's never even close to it being a fight, but in their world, that's what they call that, all right? But I digress. So I don't really like watching that shit. I like watching college basketball because those dudes are out there playing hard because they're trying to get to the league. They're trying to get to the league so they can make millions of dollars and then act like divas. But they're at least playing harder than the NBA players, in my opinion. They're also playing less games. Each game means a little more. So there is a lot of free time, especially with the Contender Series not being probably unless they're making some changes, being until next spring or summer again. So I'm not going to have anything to watch during the week. You know, football season, once football season's over in February, what is it? Wouldn't that be the same time that hockey season? No, hockey season gets over the same time basketball season gets over, right? You know, and I think they play Buffalo at some point this year. Maybe I'll go to a game in Buffalo. That'd be a good time, new experience. So, I don't know. I'm just trying to be open-minded to trying new things because I am getting older. And, you know, I want to be able to say that I've done a couple things, that I have a couple interests that vary outside of anime and Pokemon cards and fucking NFL and UFC. It's in video games. You know, I want to be a hobbyist. I want to have multiple hobbies. I want to be a jack of all fucking trades. I want to know how to do a little bit of everything. I want to be able to have a conversation with a wide variety of people if that's what I need to do. You know, working in the industry that I work in, you deal with a chasm worth of people, absolute from A to Z personalities. So it's nice to be somewhat versed on a variety of things so you can find some sort of connection, some sort of common ground. But yeah, very much looking forward to the Seattle Kraken's second season. I thought that it was a great idea. Since I'm new, I don't want a bandwagon. We might as well start off with an expansion team because they got to build their way up and I got to build my knowledge up. So I'm assuming, I shouldn't assume shit. I'm assuming make an ass out of you and me. But I'm assuming there will I will get to see what terrible hockey looks like, and then hopefully in a couple years I get to see what good hockey looks like. And the journey along the way, I get to see some pretty good teams too, and learn names and learn positions and learn rules, and it's gonna be quite a fucking journey, but I'm very much looking forward to it. All right, now again, like I told you guys, this is going to be a short episode today. There is one thing I do want to talk about before we get out of here, just because I missed it last week. I missed the news cycle for last week's episode, and that's Herschel Walker. Now, let's go back on Herschel a little bit, all right? Let's go back. Now, guys, Herschel Walker was very much borderline Hall of Famer. Borderline Hall of Famer. Dude has 13,000 yards from scrimmage and 18,000 yards all time, all purpose. That puts him top 15 all time. All time. But instead of just shutting the fuck up and enjoying his life, he caught the Donald Trump bug. Meaning, for whatever reason, he agreed with Donald Trump's stance on absolutely everything and wandered his way into a couple of Trump rallies. He got on the microphone and people lost their minds, even though he was completely incoherent. Now, guys, I know, listen, I'm very self-aware of my word mix-ups, my stutter. I'm very aware of those things. This man goes up there and he can't even put two sentences together. And he seems very unaware of this. He thinks he is up there absolutely giving the speech of his life every single time, and he's making no sense. And the crowd's losing their mind. This has nothing to do anymore with policy. Nothing to do with policy. Nothing. These guys don't have policy. They don't know how to write policy. They don't care about it. They want to have culture wars. Right now, guys, the Republican Party is very upset, losing their minds over the fact that Shaggy from Scooby-Doo in a new show they got coming out is black. That's something they're losing their minds about, like it matters. And they're also losing their mind over a new purple M&M. Guys, this is what they are worried about. A purple M&M. That the M&M company or Nestle, whoever the hell makes M&Ms, has not given it a gender. And Republicans are losing their minds. Guys, I'm so sick and tired of hearing these people talk about how they're trying to make our kids gay. They're trying to normalize being gay. Listen, first of all, guys, if putting out there that there are gay people and trying to make that normal because there are gay people out there in the world is a problem for you, I think you come on, you know. if seeing people on TV in public makes you that upset, you have your own set of issues. First of all, and if putting this on TV, not some XXX rated stuff, just gay people and people from the LGBTQ plus community on the TV is such an issue, and it's turning people gay, that means that there was just a whole bunch of gay people that weren't willing to come out of the closet before, that weren't willing to come out and say what the deal is before. So if making those people feel comfortable to do that is a problem for you, like I said, you probably have your own set of issues, because who the fuck cares? Guys, there are straight people that I can't fucking stand. There are straight people who I think are terrible parents. What the hell does being gay have to do with either of those things? Being gay or straight does not determine how good of a parent you're going to be or how good of a person you are. It has nothing to do with it. And these are the topics that Republicans are so wound up about. Now, I digress, because I really came to talk to you guys about Herschel Walker and how hypocritical he is. So Herschel, if you guys haven't seen, allegedly paid for one of his baby moms to have an abortion. Now, if you don't know about Herschel is completely against abortion. No matter if it's rape, incest, any of that. Like, any of that should even fucking matter. But he's even against that. All right? Now, I feel like you should be able to feel however you want to feel about anything that we are talking about, anything that's going on in the public sphere, but you should not have the ability to make other people have to do that. That's my problem. I have no problem with people being pro-life, but just because you're pro-life don't mean that everybody else got to be pro-life, right? Don't give whatever you want to do at your home. I can't control that. I don't want to control that. Me trying to tell you what to do in your life, in your home, that's too much energy for me. But anyway, these are his stances on abortion. Come to find out, he had his baby mom have an abortion. She has receipts. She has letters. She has bank transfers and check cashing and all that other receipt type of shit. And instead of playing it smart and saying, you know what? Yeah, I did ask her to have an abortion in 2009, but what I've learned between 2009 and now has done X, Y, and Z to make me feel this way. Instead of saying that, this man said, I had no idea who she is and I didn't pay for anything. Dude, if this is your baby mom and she is willing to go to the point where she's contacting news sources and giving up her information to do so, the receipts, the bank transactions to do so, why do you think after you deny she's just going to shut the fuck up and go away? What about the initial action made you think that this woman was just going to shut the fuck up and go away? So instead of trying to spin it, being a good politician, I'm not saying a good person, a good politician about it and spinning it, my views, that was 2009, that was 13 years ago, play it up a little bit. I've learned X, Y, and Z. You're not saying any of that. You're straight up lying. So if you are going to straight up lie about that, what else are you lying about? Are there more women? Are there more kids? What the fuck's the deal, Herschel? And now, the part that's really fucking killing me is, for some reason, his son is some sort of hero for speaking against them. Now, his son's an absolute jackass. If you've ever seen any of his TikTok or Instagram clips where he's just being an asshole for the sake of being an asshole, but now because he spoke against Herschel, he's some sort of hero on CNN and MSNBC. No, again, he could call out his dad and still be an asshole. It doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. So that whole shit right there, again, that is just the news doing what the news does and trying to get motherfuckers to click on and watch and do and interact and leave comments and all that shit. That's all the news is trying to do with that bullshit. But to bring it back to Herschel, this man did not need to do this. He fell in love with the applause that he was getting, that he hadn't heard in years, since he was at Georgia, since he was in the NFL. And he thought that he was going to be a good politician, just because the people at a MAGA rally hyped him up. Now, instead of collecting whatever checks you were collecting in Georgia, doing whatever fucking bullshit with rich motherfuckers in Georgia, making money that you don't really deserve, and all that shit is being called into question now because you got too greedy. All the business opportunities that you might have had in the black community are getting called into question because you had to be too fucking greedy. You should have stayed your ass right at home. You should have fucking went to the dinner parties, not the rallies. And maybe you would still be okay right now. Now, all your business is out there, and you think this is the end of it? There's no way this is the end of it. There's no way they played their card. You're a first-time runner. This isn't your second time, third time, fourth time. So, yeah, we pretty much know all the dirt that's out on him already. No. You're new to this. They're still digging. They're still finding out. They still got stories and things to bring up from 6-7 months ago that people forgot about. Now, if this man wins this Senate seat, I think we deserve it. I think we deserve it, truly. Because how do you let somebody who will just blatantly lie about that, somebody who has held a gun up to his baby mom's head, threatening her, how do we look past these things and just act like that's okay and act like that's normal? In any other time period in history, one of those allegations will make it so you couldn't run for anything. You couldn't run for county librarian with that shit. But nowadays, we're letting people run that have checkered histories, known checkered histories, not even like we don't even know yet, known, that don't know a lick about policy, about writing bills, about how the executive branch works, has no idea how any of these things work. But we're going to elect them. We're going to put them in those positions because we like them. Because they could talk shit. Again, it's not even like he's It's not even like he has the gift of gab. It's not even like he could sweet talk somebody. He's a fucking idiot. He's a fucking idiot. He's somebody who played football for a very long time and has no business doing anything besides fishing out of his personal man-made fucking pond. That's about all he's qualified to do. That's all he should be doing at 60 years old. After playing football and fighting MMA and doing all this shit for 20, 30 years. It's time to chill out, man. And I truly hope that Raphael Warnock sends his ass back to Texas, because that's where he lives. He doesn't even live in Georgia. Sends his ass back to Texas to chill the fuck out for a little bit. We don't need him. The people of Georgia don't need him. He needs to go sit his ass down. And with that said, guys, I'm going to get the fuck up out of here because I got a couple other things to work on, all right? But with that said, I want you to be safe, be easy, and wash your ass. I'm out of here. Peace.